Hi there, everybody. Everybody's been wondering what it is I'm going to do for my 100th video. This is the 100th video that's going to be in my collection, but it's not really my 100th review or anything, really, because I've done so many two-part everythings. Still, it is a significant milestone, so first part of business is this is the first video I'm uploading since I've been accepted as a YouTube partner. We're going to see how that works. I believe there's probably going to be a ad right there and below me, but if this doesn't go over that well, I might just cancel out of it, because I don't know how I feel about the ads. I've never really thought about it whenever I was applying for it. But anyway, what I'm going to be reviewing today is actually a Christmas present. Reggie Everready contacted me about a week before Christmas and said he wanted to send me a Christmas present. And he did. He sent me the Generation 1 Megatron. It is without his accessories, the scope and the stock and the silencer, but in all honesty, I could care less. It blows me away that someone actually sent me something. So thanks, Reggie. This right here is going to be put in a real good spot in my collection, along with the Grimlock you sent me. Okay, right here he is up close. Very good condition on the chrome considering its age. This toy is, from the copyright date right here, is 1983. But ahead of that, the original time this mold was used was 1974. This mold for this toy is 6 years older than I am. And I have to say, the molding on it has really held up well to the test of time. My cousin has an actual Walther P38. I haven't been able to talk to him to be able to borrow it to compare. I've got a lead on a MP05 that if I can get, I will compare all three next to each other just to show. This right here is a Colt Woodsman. It's from 1942, and it is a very similarly sized pistol to a P38, and you can just kind of see. This is a slightly undersized, but I do think an actual P38 is nearly this exact size. But anyway, interesting little transformation right here. I couldn't figure it out just looking at it. I had to actually go and watch a review on him to figure out how to transform him. The first thing you're going to go ahead and do is this part right here. Go ahead and just pull this side up. This side of the trigger guard doesn't come up, but this side does. Once you get that up, you go ahead and pull this around to the side, and then, no, you don't do that yet. You gotta excuse me, I've only transformed this guy twice, just because I don't want to break this. It doesn't feel fragile, but that's the way my luck runs, that if someone sends me something cool, I will break it. If I know this splits, it just doesn't want to. That's what it is. To get this to start, you have to kind of take the handle and pull this down. They've got two clips right there that kind of hold everything in place. Once you get that out, the handle splits, swings out to the sides, and kind of covers up the trigger in the center. Once you get that done, the legs pull down, and right here, this would be the back of the clip, pushes forward to make his feet pop out. There is a nice amount of die cast in this, really there is. Once you get that right there, then you go ahead and just turn this whole section of barrel, the receiver. This is very loose. I'm imagining that is just because it is from someone's personal collection. It has been transformed, but I don't know, it might just be a loose figure from the factory. So you got this turned back, the barrel. This is going to rotate underneath and just rest right there. Now come back to here. This that was the back of the receiver. Actually, this would be the slide, my mistake. All this is going to come up, turn these to the sides, and this is probably one of my worst filmed reviews in a while. I can only blame the cold medicine. So all this is going to swing forward, and there's a small ridge right here that's going to go and settle into this area. So it's a little bit of a trick to get it to go in, and it's going to go in no problem because I'm talking bad about it. So once you get all that in place, go ahead and worry about the arms. You're going to go ahead and pull this part right here that says P38, pull that down, and then on the inside of the arm there's a tab. Go ahead and push that down, and it's going to extend his fists. Put that arm into position, and then do the same thing on this arm. Now, this arm has the clip for mounting the scope on it, so it kind of hits on his chest a little bit. There's no way that I can see to get around it, except to kind of turn his arm up a little bit. But I have to say, for as old as this figure is, the mold, this really is a very satisfying little toy. I never really wanted to take the time to hunt one of these down, because every time I'd seen him in a photograph, he looked tiny, just little bitty tiny. This one, the hips are a little loose, but again, I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth, because in all honesty, this is about the only way I ever would have gotten one of these figures, just because I'd written him off as a bad figure. But he's not anywhere near as bad as I thought he was. Still, if you came up in the later, generations where you're used to being able to pose them every which way, he will be a letdown. But if you just gotta put all this aside and look at it from being what it is from when it was, you realize that this was really something at the time. And he's nowhere near as small as I always thought he was. I mean, he's very near to being as tall as some of the classics Voyagers. I mean, there's very nice figure. Reggie, I really want to thank you. I appreciate your present. That is very thoughtful of you. He did give me one other figure, and I'll review that at a later time. But this is the one I got the biggest kick out of. Thank you a lot, and here's goes for the next 100. Y'all have a good time.
Worlds gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of death's construction. In the fields the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poison in their brainwashed minds.